Hello children, welcome to online classes. Due to COVID crisis, we are not able to have regular classes. In order to make use of these holidays, we are trying to have online classes. From today onwards, through these videos, let us learn some concepts. In this series of videos, let us start a biology lesson. You know that among all the creatures in the world, we human beings are unique. We can able to think, we can able to invite new things, and these all things are possible because we have a well developed nervous system. So we will start new lesson, nervous system. In this lesson we will learn in detail about the human nervous system. Before starting the lesson, let us recall that one of the characteristic feature of all living organisms is responding to stimulus. So in order to understand, it is necessary to know that what is the term stimulus and responses. A stimulus refers to the changes in the environmental condition that are detected by receptors present in our body. That means we know there are many changes will happen in our surrounding in the environmental condition, and our sense organs, that we know that we have 5 different sense organs, that is eyes, nose, tongue, ear and skin. These 5 sense organs are exposed to the environment and they detect the changes will happen in the environment. This is called known as stimulus. When these sense organs detect the environmental changes, there are some changes in our activities within us happens. These relevant changes in the activities of an organism to a particular stimulus are called as response. So let us look at an example for it. See here, when we are exposed to sunlight, our skin, which is act as a sense organs, will detect the heat of the sun and it send a message to our brain. At the same time, when we expose it to heat, we will started sweating, and we can move to go for AC or something else. Here, sun heat produced by sun is a stimulus, and the sweating sweating in our body is a response. Now let us explore some more examples to this response. Look at here. When we touch an hot palm, suddenly we will take out our hands. Here, touching heat produced by the palm is a stimulus and taking out of our hands is a response. In the same manner, let us look at some other examples. See, when we are doing some work, accidentally we may got injury. Here, when we got injury, we will feel pain. Here, injury is a stimulus and pain what we feel is a response. In the same manner, we show some response to the heat during summer days and we show different response to the cold during winter days. At the same time, when we heard a pleasant sound in our surroundings, we will like music or songs, we will enjoy it. At the same time, when we heard a noise like traffic and other noises, we will feel irritation. Here, the irritation or enjoying a pleasant sound is a response shown by us. In the same manner, the chemicals present in the air, like if you feel a bad smell, we will feel irritation. At the same time, when we feel a good smell, we will enjoy it. Here the smell is enjoying or irritation is also response to the smell. Like this, we will show different responses to the different stimulus. So in order to show this response to a particular stimulus, it is not possible by one organ of our body. To show the particular response to a particular stimulus, all the organs of our body has to work together. In order to maintain the homeostasis, it is necessary that all the organs of our body has to work together with coordination. This working of the organs with coordination is controlled by our nervous system. Human nervous system is specially made up of a special type of tissue called as nervous tissues, and billions of nerve cells bundled together to form our brain and nerves together what we call as nervous system. And The neuron or nerve cell is the structural and functional unit of our nervous system. And one more important thing about our nervous system is the neuron is the longest cell in our body. So let us look after the structure of neuron. Structure of neuron. Children, look at the diagram. This is the structure of a typical neuron. Mainly the neuron consists of three basic parts. They are, one is cyton and axon and the dendrites. Cyton, this portion what I am showing here in the laser point is called as cyton. The cyton is also called as cell body. It is also called as cell body, and this cell body contains a nucleus at the center. This is the nucleus which present at the center of the cyton, and the cyton is also filled with cytoplasm. Usually all the cells generally filled with cytoplasm. The cyton also filled with cytoplasm. The cytoplasm of this neuron is called as neuroplasm. Now at the surface of this cyton, it arises, there are several branch-like structures. The branches which are arising from the cyton is called as dendrites. Look at these branches which are arising from the cyton. These branches are called as dendrites. And the function of this dendrites is the dendrites will conduct the electric impulses which are coming from other neuron inside the cyton towards the cyton. Out of these all the branches which are called as dendrites, one of the branch will get elongated for long exchange. See here, this branch has elongated for long exchange. This elongated branch is called as axon. And each axon is end up with some terminal branches. See these branches are called as terminal branches, and this axon is protected by a covering called as myelin sheath. The pink color structure what you are observing in this diagram is called myelin sheath. This myelin sheath will protect the cell from electric injuries or electric shocks, and this myelin sheath have some gap between this coverage. The gap between the two myelin sheath is this gap. The gap between two myelin sheath is called as node of Ranvier. This is a structure of neuron. Now we will look after the structure of neuron step by step with the. A neuron typically consists of three basic parts, as you know, cyton, dendrites and axon. See here, this is cyton and this is axon, and the branches are called as dendrites. Cyton is also called as cell body. Cyton has a central nucleus. And the cyton filled with a neuroplasm. The cyton has a large granular structure. See, inside the cytoplasm there are some granular structures called as Nissl granules. And very importantly, one of the unique thing about these neurons are the neurons do not have the ability to divide. They cannot be divided further. Next, dendrites. The branches which are arising from the cyton is called as dendrites. The dendrites will conduct electric impulse towards the cyton, and the branches projection, it also increases the surface area for receiving the signals. Means as the number of branches increases and the amount of receiving signals, electric impulse from the other cell also increases. Axon. Axon is a single elongated center which arising from the cell body. The end of axon is called as terminal branch, and each terminal branch has a swelling called as synaptic node. The axon may be covered with a myelin sheath. Further, they covered with a squamous cell. These myelin sheaths have a breakup intervals. The breakup intervals are called as node of. See here, the branch which is elongated from the cell body is called axon. This axon is ended with, there are terminal branches, and each terminal branch as a bulb-like structure. See here, this knob-like structure. This bulb-like structure is called as synaptic knob. Synaptic knob, and each this axon is protected by a myelin sheath. Further, it consists of a squamous cell, and they have a intermediate gap. This gap is called as node of Ranvier. Synapse. Children, as I said in the beginning, billions of nerve cells bundled together to form our nervous system. That means each nerve cells are in contact with neighboring nerve cell in such a way that is the axon, the nerve cells, the two nerve cells are in contact with each other, in such a way that the axon of one cell is in contact with the terminal branch of other cell. The junction or point where the axon of one cell is in contact with the terminal branch of other cell is called as synapse or synaptic junction. With this, we have learnt about the structure of nerve cell in detail. I request all of you to practice writing the diagram and label the important points like axon, terminal branch, dendrites, synaptic knob and nucleus. Thank you.